So I'm going to ask one more question to the panel, and then we're going to turn it over to you for questions. This might be quite a short answer, but I think it'll be fascinating. We all know about the great designers and how they have a very clear vision, and I think in some cases they've had that vision since they were at school. So the question is really, how important is it to have your own clear design identity before starting your career? And I would add to that, how much is it acceptable to subvert that along the way if you find yourself in a role that requires something else? Do you still cling on to it? You know, did you cling on to it? Did you end up having to work for someone where you weren't very comfortable, but you still had that vision with you? I'll start with Natalia this time.
I think it's important to allow yourself to fail and to take a step back before going forward. I would use my experience. I started out as a designer working for luxury brands and only making product. And along the way, I was told, you should really grow your business. You should really talk to product development companies and telecommunications companies and work out being an advisor. And I put my head down and I got those roles. But I wasn't making product anymore. I was making a lot of money, but not product. And in the end, that didn't actually fulfill me. And I had to take a step back. I had to cut my overhead, I had to cut my losses, and I had to admit defeat. So while I started out with a vision of being a great product designer in the fashion industry and being understood for having a unique ability to use technology, that was something I took with me out into the industry. But along the way, the influences, the pressures, and the expectations to grow my business became more important than my vision. So I let it go. And to answer your question, I think it's important that you have to take a step back if you feel like you're failing. If you feel like you're losing hold or sight of that vision, and let your ego sit by its side and regroup and go out again. And so yes, I had a vision. I'm not sure that everyone has to have a vision. I did step away from my vision and took a step back to re-encounter that vision and to be more successful in the end.
So, yes, when I graduated from college, I actually had a bigger vision. It wasn't just about going to a buying program. It was actually about being an entrepreneur. And I think that the important thing one needs to realize is that in order to obtain this vision, sometimes you have to have experiences that either fuel getting to your vision, or just are additive to your experience, and that will help you obtain what you really want. So in my case, it was about being a business owner. So along the way, I've had various jobs, but every one of those jobs that I've had, they directly influence what I want to be in terms of my end goal, which is being an entrepreneur. So although there was no, I didn't choose to go straight into an entrepreneurship situation post-graduation. It's really about knowing what you want, refining that idea as you go along, because what you think you might want today is maybe not what you want in 5 years. So I would say, your vision can change from what you learn, but I think the most important thing is that along the way, you're learning things that help you get to what that ultimate goal and vision is.
Yeah, I would agree with the panelists that yes, you definitely need a vision. I actually started when I was in 8th grade, and the reason how I got into fashion was very interesting. My mom's brother used to work for a fashion company, liaison office in India, and he used to get free samples. And I used to get all those clothes, and I was like, wow, this looks like a fun job. You get all these fancy clothes to wear. And that's actually how I really got intrigued into this industry. And that's when I actually decided that that's what I was going to do. So yes, having a vision is very important. Having a plan, I guess, to get to that vision is also important. You have to have a plan A and a plan B, because plan A might not work, but at least you have a backup plan. So plans may not work, and sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. But I think having an outline of exactly how you want to get to there is very important. Part of my success, I think, is that I've had a lot of opportunity to come from overseas over here. I was never a designer luxury brand person because in India, that's not how the masses are. And my idea of fashion was taking this product to everybody, to the masses, to making it available to everybody. That's why I'm working with American Eagle Outfitters, because I feel like it's something that everybody can wear and it's more reachable. So yeah, you have to have a vision and just stay focused. I think that's important.